I don't want to have to be the one to tell you this, but your YouTube ads are terribly boring, and you could probably be making tons more money with your brand deals if your ads were just a bit more creative. Let's watch some together and analyze what these ads did great and how you can make better sponsored ads in your videos and stop boring your viewers. Before I play this first one, I just want to say that there was a time when ads were funny, memorable, and sold tons of products. And they were that good that people remember them 20 years, 30, 40 years later. And that's special. YouTube sponsored ads today are mind-numbingly drab, unmemorable, and as someone who is a YouTube premium payer, it's annoying when I get presented with ads that don't move me. So I just usually skip because I know the creator hasn't put effort in to create the ads. So let's play this first one, and then I'm going to comment in real time. Okay, so I've got the first one up here. This is the Blackcurrant Tango commercial, and it's about 1 minute 43. So I've seen this one before, obviously, but I want to watch it and comment real time. And I just want to highlight the length of the ad and just look at the flow of it, right? And then think about what you actually remembered after.
Hi, I'm Ray Gardner, spokesperson for Tango. This letter is from Sebastian Loys, a French exchange student. Sebastian says, I tried new Blackcurrant Tango and didn't enjoy it as much as Tango's other flavors. Well, Sebastian, all I can say is sorry. We've done all we can. We try to provide satisfaction for all Tango drinkers, even if you're only visiting our great nation. It's not easy. My friend Jeff here has been working on BCT for 3 years. You're an exchange student, aren't you, Sebastian? All hair gel and fancy loafers. What are your credentials, Sebastian? What drives you? When did you last get up at 4 in the morning for something you believed in passionately? We don't need you, you hear? You're one dissenting voice in a billion, Johnny French, you're that! Yes, Blackcurrant Tango is a charge to the taste buds. Yes, it's feisty. Yes, it's got guts. But so have we, Sebastian. Look at us! Come on then, Sebastian! Come on! Right here, right now! You and me! Come on, France! Europe! The world! I'll take you all on! I'm Ray Gardner! I drink Blackcurrant Tango! Come and get me!
Right, so that commercial is probably one of my favorite ads of all time. And there's a few things that I've remembered again. One, the length of the commercial, the ad, which is like 1 minute 43, not that long. Also, it was one continuous shot. Okay, so I'm not going to get too technical with the cinematography side of things, but think of the concept, right? So the guy, he's like the CEO of Blackcurrant Tango, and he's talking to someone who wrote in to, I don't know, complain about the product, right? So instead of him, getting on a conference call, he's literally like walking you through the conversation with him and that one person. And the things that I remember all the time is, one, the continuous shot, two, him transforming his clothes from a suit into a actual like boxing outfit to go and box on the cliffs of Dover in the UK, which is insane. Then you've got all the people coming out to actually champion him, and then you've got the planes, you got the planes coming out, the fighter jets, and you got a lot of stuff going on, a ton of things going on. But the thing with this ad is it's old, right? I'm just checking here. This was 14 years old. That's when it was uploaded to YouTube. Could be longer, but 14 years minimum. But that ad specifically probably did take a few takes. Like, to do that once would be very difficult. Very, very difficult. But the one take and all of those moving parts is what makes the ad great. So if we bring it back now to YouTube ads, right? Take these off. When you bring it back to YouTube ads, when people are talking about these products, most viewers can tell that they don't really care about the product. And the reason being is if you really cared about that product, you're going to go in with the production, meaning you're really going to script it out. It's going to be something like special. But what's happened on YouTube with creators is people are just getting these big checks from brands, and brands are paying them because they've got a specific audience. And they're not really bothered, right? They just know, okay, we're going to maximize this 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 and get X back, right? But I think there's a huge opportunity, and I've been saying this for like 3 years now. I've done ads myself, which I'll show you some in a second. But I've done research on this, and I believe that companies who are paying these creators could make a lot more if the sponsored ad itself was, something like this. I'm not saying you have to go and spend this kind of crazy budget, but there's stuff that you can do which costs nothing, which I'll show you some of the ones that I did, for just like general household products as I was practicing. But I just wanted to see if I could make some ads that were actually engaging and memorable. And even when I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember elements of that script, which was 30 seconds, and I didn't script it. It was like freestyle. I just had an idea and I just shot it quickly. But what I'm trying to say is, if you make your ads better, then more people are actually going to remember them, talk about them. Let's just say you're reading off your desk, right, off a script, and it's just not that engaging. Then no one's really going to remember that ad. Let's be real. They're not going to remember that ad. So make time and spend time to make that ad a lot better. Like, think about how you can actually make it memorable. Because guaranteed, if it was a great ad, people will comment on the comment section on the YouTube video. Guaranteed. Because people are very switched on. All you have to do is troll through loads of comments on social media, and you'll see some really, really golden comments, some really funny stuff that can like spark ideas. I did have an idea a while ago, but couldn't really flesh it out. Didn't really know what to do. But it was something based around the comments and like making entertainment out of that. Because you've got like free inputs there from millions of people around the world. And some of the comments, as I said, are very funny. A lot more funnier than some of these ads, or more entertaining than a lot of these ads. And think of it this way. If you're getting paid a certain amount from a brand, then what harm is it to actually spend, a day on production, just really brainstorming and thinking about how can we make this ad really good, right? How can we do that? As you saw from the Blackcurrant Tango one, that probably took that creative agency, a while to really come up with that concept. But when they did, they have really, created something very, very historical in the ad creative world. Like I said, 14 years, maybe 20 years, probably 20 years easily since that came out. And it's still good, right? Still funny, still hits. You know what the product is at the end. This is the key part that I wanted to get across in this video. What is the product? So just reading something off a script and it's not that engaging, most people are not going to remember that product. For the most part, you're not even really showing the product. You're just talking about it and then flash something up on screen. But if you're then talking about something else completely different in the video, or it's just a interlude with some guest that you've got on your podcast, then it's not really going to be integrated. And I've seen people try different things where they finish the sentence that they just said and kind of roll that in. But that's like pretty lame, let's be honest. It doesn't really hit the same way. And I genuinely believe, and what I do with my company is we make like great ads. So it doesn't matter what the business is. We'll think of like creative ways to get that ad like to be memorable. That's the key thing. Because I know if somebody remembers it, then they're more likely to buy. Because if it's in their head and it was, I saw this funny advertisement. That's what it used to be. When these, Budweiser, they did stuff, why's that? And all this stuff. Again, still memorable. But they did it so it had that virality built in. But today, people are just not doing that. They're not putting in the effort. And it's going to get to a point where, companies like mine, we are just going to take over that space and just do ads for people or for creators, or actually I don't know, guide them, coach them, advise them, whatever it may be, or just produce the ad itself, because I actually have a really, really strong interest in that. But it's because the ads are not memorable, right? They're just not good. So I'll play one more and I'll show you one that I did, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oi, you, yeah you, the one with a stupid look on your face, the one with no subscribers, the one with no views. I mean, why do you even bother log on me? I mean, come on, you think you're gonna get views with videos like that? You're stupid, you might as well quit. I don't even know why you bother logged on. If you take my advice, mate, you might as well do one, because nobody, and I mean nobody, is gonna watch your stupid videos. I mean,
Febreze fights odors and the voices in your head. Okay, so that was my Febreze commercial. So again, length of the ad was 47 seconds. And all I did with that really is I wanted to just create a bit of narrative. Okay, so in the beginning, I'm at the desk. You hear the music, that plays a part as well, which again, we've got so much music, AI music, regular music, popular music, yet people just don't do anything with their ads. It just blows my mind. And as you can tell, because I'm doing a whole video on this, it's really something that is on my head. So I create the narrative, I'm at the desk, I'm looking on my, analytics, and then this second version of me pops up, and it's like, kind of like grilling me. And then you're like, what's going on here? Getting grilled about not having any subscribers. I kept it within the YouTube niche. Then I go a bit further, and the guy's just grilling me. And then I'm like, all right, I've had enough of this. And I get the product. That's when I get the product, and I spray the Febreze. And then it cuts to the end where it says fights odors and the voices in your head. So the product fights odors. I have added the voices in your head because that links to the narrative of the ad and what was going on in the acting that I did, right? But I love that ad that I did because it's so short and sweet. And again, I didn't even script it. I just did it off the cuff. I was like, all right, do this and then do that. But again, this comes from, working in this field for many, many years. You get quick and fast at these things, right? But it's the narrative that helps stick in your mind. So the things that I hope did stick in your mind with that is the voice in my head, which is the guy on screen, which is me, talking to myself about why I don't have subscribers and why my videos are rubbish, right? That's the memorable part. Then when I spray and I get rid, and then it cuts immediately to that voiceover, and then you show the product. That's how ads were done before, right? They're still done like that pretty much on TV. And the one thing I would say about television is they do make good productions because it's a different audience, right? It's a different person who's consuming those ads. But there are some, how can I put it? There's some real good principles in how those advertisements are structured, which can be transferred over to the internet, right? Just reading something off of a script and saying, oh yeah, click the link and buy this product, for 30 seconds or a minute. It's just not enough. Put more effort in to the sponsored ads. And this goes out to any companies. If you're a company and you got a product, whether it's tech, luxury, fitness, sports, these are the kind of brands that I would like to work with. Cars, anything related to cars, you name it, I'm down. I would say this, I will put in a lot of effort into the advertisements, the sponsored ads. It will be a production because I believe that is what the viewers deserve. Think of it this way. If your viewers are subscribed to you and they're watching all your videos, the least you could do is put some effort into the thing you're getting paid to actually promote, right? You're getting paid 4, 5, 6 figures, 7 figures sometimes. Obviously, those are going to be big productions. But if you're getting a 10K sponsored ad deal, to read out or talk about a product 4 or 5 times or for 6 months, 12 months, that's a decent budget to actually do something. You can't just pocket all the money and then put nothing into the ad. I just don't respect that, and I'm not accepting it as a viewer specifically. I'm not talking as a creator or entrepreneur here, or someone in that space who can do it. I'm talking as a viewer. I want to see better ads from creators, because there's a lot of channels that I research and watch, obviously, for my business and work. But when it comes to the product, I'm skipping. I'll be honest with you. And the product could be good. Sometimes people, deliver it right. But I would say 8, 9 times out of 10, the ads are whack, completely cooked toast. So you might as well not bother if people are just going to skip. So I hope that this video gives you some insights into how you can make better ads, and just put the effort in. That's it.